Hey everybody, this is Tiffany from TacCon, and I am trying my best to contain my excitement because number one, Sarah's here, and Sarah just makes me happy. But number two, I am excited to announce that Sarah and John from Filster are making their inaugural debut appearance at TacCon as trainers. And if you haven't heard of them, you must have been living under a rock. But in case that is true, never fear because they're going to introduce themselves right now. Folks, welcome.
Well, thank you for that very kind introduction, and it's great to talk to you too. So every time I get to talk to you, it puts a smile on my face. But anyway, so we are John and Sarah Hauptman. We run Filster Holsters, and we are concealment specialists. So John has spent the last 10 years designing and manufacturing top-notch holsters. And together we have invented the Enigma system, which is the new holster system that's kind of starting to redefine concealment a little bit. So we would like to share a little bit of what we've learned along the way.
So, first of all, let me say how excited we are to be presenting at TacCon this year. It's an incredible honor, and I would like to thank Tom and Lynn for having us. I'm just blown away by it. So, over the last 10 years, we've been making and designing holsters, and I've spent a lot of time custom fitting things to customers back when I had a custom shop, and subsequently we've handled tens of thousands of customers via email, helping them get their concealment sorted out. And now we run the Filster Concealment Workshop, where we've got about 14,000 members who we interact with every day. And so we have an enormous pool of data to look at when we start talking about how to conceal a gun. And typically, the received wisdom over the past number of years has been some formulation of, well, you need a proper gun belt, you need to dress around the gun, and the best that people do is recommend brands that they know are good, which is a great starting point. However, concealment isn't a matter of lucking into a holster that works for you. It's not a matter of wearing baggier and baggier clothing until your gun disappears. And it's not luck. That typical box full of holsters isn't a mountain that people have to climb if they're aware of the principles and the science and the mechanics that cause a gun to conceal prior to entering into that endeavor. And concealment is a transferable skill. There are fundamentals to it. There are strategies and there are best practices, the same as shooting. We know a lot of people at TacCon are themselves instructors, and they come to TacCon in order to consume state-of-the-art, up-to-date best practices and then transmit them home to the students that they have in their own communities. What we want to do is bring that to them in order for them to be able to do more than just say brand names to their students. The obstacle that keeps people from concealed carrying is the concealment part. And we want to offer that as a transferable formula for people to be able to then subsequently teach to others.
Yep. So concealment is a skill.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. Go ahead.
No. I was just to sum up.
You were just nudging me to shut up.
I would. I was nudging you.
I felt that it was subtle.
Well, before you nudge, hold that thought on what you're going to say because I can't, I can't contain the suspense anymore. So I have to tell everybody that your presentation at TacCon is called Concealment Tune-Up. Is that right? Concealment Tune-Up. And so John has just given us a great sneak preview of what we can expect in Concealment Tune-Up. But this is, let's see, this is a 2-hour segment? Is that right?
It could be.
I think we're.
You just saw me talk.
Well,
make it
4 hours.
Well, I'll just
like
chime in
time.
here and say, because I know them personally and I know their work, that Sarah and John are not going to give you the standard run-of-the-mill 10-minute talk on concealment that you've heard in every training class that or in your permit class or anything like that. They really have, John, when John mentions mechanics and science and all of this really technical insight. They really have got it down to a science and an art, but I kind of hesitate to say it's an art because art is so subjective, and one of the things that's so amazing about what John has done with his business is that he really has made it transferable. So I was so glad to hear you say that. But before we wrap, do you want to, Sarah, do you want to add anything about what you guys are bringing in TacCon and Concealment Tune-Up?
Well, we're basically focusing on concealment as a skill, and we're breaking down some of the science behind concealment into some simple techniques that everyone can do. And we're getting a little bit into kind of the background of it as well. So it's not just, think of it this way. So like, we're super huge nerds, and we've been doing a deep dive on concealment for the last decade. And we're basically taking all of that knowledge and condensing it and bringing it to you in a format that's a lot more digestible. So
Yes.
yeah,
So
that's
excited.
pretty much our goal. A lot of this stuff is been kind of like arcane wisdom over the years. And it's a lot of stuff that if you've carried for a long time, you have figured out as you've went along. And we kind of take it for granted that trial and error is part of the learning process, but it actually doesn't need to be. So you can, save yourself a little bit of money, save yourself a little bit of storage space on your holster box of shame by just learning the techniques right away, rather than hoping that you stumble into skill later on.
Yeah, a lot of the experienced concealed carriers at TacCon are going to sit through this course and go, oh, I've been doing that, but I didn't have a name for the process that I was using to get there. And once every educator knows this, once you have a name for the thing, then it's reproducible and identifiable. And so a lot of what we're doing is that. And then the other part of what we're doing is, hey, we've just spent the last year and a half with 20,000 people on Facebook in a concentrated group. Here are the tried and true strategies and techniques that are as universal as we can get to helping all of them.
And the value of that is we get questions all the time, like, what's the best holster for a woman? Which I know all the women out there are laughing because it's like, there is no one best holster. However, what these principles allow you to do is you can apply the principles to any body shape, right? Because it's physics, it stays the same. So if you're an instructor and you teach a lot of women and you don't know how to help them conceal better, this is going to help you out a lot.
I'm so excited. All right, so I don't want to give it all away. If you want to learn more, which of course you do, don't miss don't miss Concealment Tune-Up at TacCon this year. I am ecstatic to welcome you guys to TacCon, and I hope that we don't run you off because I want to see you return year after year after year after year.
And oh no, you're stuck with us now.
Yay! Yeah. All right, lucky us. Good.
So we're going to work to earn that.
Thank you so much, guys. I can't wait to see you in Dallas.
Thank you.
All right.
See you soon.
Appreciate it.